Oh, but it's green. Look, I have a rock in my eyeball. How do I make my lighting better? Because it's kind of off. Butter knife does not go in the desk drawer. What is the deal with my nose? All of a sudden, it starts to water. Or run. Drippy, drippy, drippy. What does Harbor Freight have that I can't live without? Ooh, I need a grabber. That would make getting things down from the shelf a lot easier. Triangle light for emergencies. Gloves for picking up food. Oh, a pneumatic tire. Not a regular tire. Not bad, not bad. What kind of deals? Ooh, $5.75. Basic breakfast. Eggs, hash browns, and toast. 3 pieces of toast? That's a lot of toast. Ew, that don't look good. Country fried steak. It's cheaper than a sandwich. Burger King always has crappy, what you call it, coupons. Who likes the original chicken sandwich anymore? When they have the crispy chicken. Grapes. Ooh, I need to go get some grapes. Soda. Ooh, cheese. Coffee creamer and chocolate milk. I love chocolate milk. Orange juice is $4. That's not bad. Except I still have half a gallon of orange juice in there I need to drink before it goes bad. Oh, protein bars. That's not bad. Could do that too. Philadelphia cheesecake yogurt. Hi, kitty. What's going on, kitty cat? What's new, pussycat? Pussycat, pussycat, I love you. 99 cents for Chips Ahoy. Not too bad. And some out of cookies. Oh, man, my body is so freaking itchy. I tell you what, I got things poking me. Okay, this is a bunch of recycled stuff. Recycle. Recycle. Ow. So, I'm having a good day. Seriously? Let's see. It is 4 o'clock. It's 7 o'clock somewhere else. Hello, radio. How are you doing today? Welcome to the stream. How's your day going? Hi, Jeremy. You changed your name. What caused you to change your name? I like it. I like the new name. That's a pretty cool name. Radio Relax. Just kicking it. Oh, really? What kind of music do you play? Or is it talk radio? I've been doing really good. Thank you for asking. Not me, with my son. He got arrested 2 weeks ago for something really stupid, and oh, cool. Take request. Awesome. I'm going to have to check it out. I have a few songs that are playing in my head all the time. Maybe if I actually hear them, they'll get out of my head. Or maybe it'll make it worse. I don't know. Cool. That doesn't happen very much. You don't find radios like that anymore. Oh, that'll make it worse. That's okay. I'll at least have the words. I have this song, but I don't know what it is. I don't know who it's by. I can't remember the lyrics. I just remember bum 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 ba-dum, bum 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 bum. That's all I remember. So I've got that running through my head all the time, along with 2 or 3 other songs. So I just switch from one to the other. Yeah. Stupid fly. Every time. There's one fly. Oh, you know that song? Awesome. I cannot think of any lyrics that goes with it. Nothing. So I'm just walking around in my head going dun 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 dun. Even my son can't figure it out. He's like, okay, I know that one, but I can't think of the name. I can't think of the words. What is that squeaky? Oh, it must be the desk. Right? It's making me crazy. Oh no, now you hear it. Yeah, try listening, try hearing that in your head for like 3 days. And I just can't put my finger on it. You know, because at least I could like put it on and listen to it, you know, listen to it. So at least I'd have some words or something in my head other than just the riff. But that's funny. Now I've got you listening to it in your head too. Now I'm not all alone. Page is taking forever to load on my computer. A little frustrating. There we go. There's part of it. All right. I am part of your channel now. I forgot to take my shoes off. I got them on the bed. Shame on me. Dry lips. Can't have dry lips. Ow. Oh, I must have a scratch in there. Well, please, if you find it, please put me out of my misery. I need to know what it is. Got to take ibuprofen. I'm sorry. Right? Right? Me too. Just no lyrics and no name. And I can't figure it out either. Oh my goodness, that's pretty bad. So I take. Oh, great. Now there's 3 of us listening to that. That's funny. Oh. So you're making you so you can play like copyrighted music and stuff? Thank you for coming by. I'm already attached. Oh, it's touchy. Okay. So is it something can I play your live in my background, or is that a no-no? Ah, copyrights. Yeah. That's what makes it hard. And there's really not a whole lot of, long playlists of uncopyrighted music. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's not good. Oh. Well, at least you're trying. I mean, I don't know any other channels that do that. So, it seems very unique. That's good. Don't let them scare you. I love it. Now I can let it play all night and stuff. All right. I'll see you soon. Like I said, I've already on your channel, so when I'm done with my live, I'll turn it up. Bye, my internet angel. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. And I enjoyed our chat. God bless. I am trying to fix this lighting. It's super bright. Sorry, kitty. I'm sorry. Stay in the window. You're good. Okay, don't stay in the window. Come on. Hi, kitty. Did you miss me while I was gone running errands? Oh, thank you for the kisses. Thank you for the kisses. I'm sorry I don't have the blanket on. I don't have the blanket on, so you can't hide. Need to find the little blanket for you. Yeah, I need to find the little blanket so I can just cover you up when you're all curled up on the pillow. Since you like being covered up in the dark. You like when I sing to you? You're such a pretty kitty. You're such a pretty girl, London. Yes, you are. You're such a pretty girl. Mama loves you. You're my best friend. You're my best friend. You're my baby girl. Yeah, you're my baby girl. So what shall we talk about now? I don't want to talk about what my subject line is until I have people to talk about. Or talk to. Yeah. Now I've got another song in my head on top of the other one. Harassment made it to 2,000. I'm so happy for her. 30 minutes. Spongy. Spongy has the video up. Oh, sweet. He subbed me. I can't really listen to his content because I'm online. I'll definitely check it out though. Radio Relax. Check him out. Check him out. See what kind of music he plays. Yeah. If he plays good music, then I can have him play him and while I clean house. Rock out? No, not rock out. Maybe. Jam. Oh, that's my leg you're putting your claws into. Let's see. What movies have I watched lately? I watched Stuber. That's the one with the Uber driver and the cop who can't see. That one was pretty hilarious. I really enjoyed it. And my son watched it a couple times. I watched Anna, a Russian girl who gets wrapped up with the CIA and becomes a assassin, maybe. But it's really confusing movie because it keeps jumping back, back and forth between times, so it's kind of hard to know when the scene is, whether it's in the past or whether it's present. So that's a little difficult. I really don't like movies like that are constantly jumping, past present. Because of that, it's hard to know exactly when the scene is. Another one I watched was Get Out. That one was really interesting. I recommend that one for anybody. It was a good movie. Although at the moment I can't think of who it is that's in it. There's a couple of known actors, although I can't think of their name right now. I'd have to look at the box. And a couple of new people that I haven't seen before. Your nose itchy? Me too. Here, let's read some from my book. The Secret, the Power. This one is about feeling frequencies. If you can feel it, you can receive it. Ooh, that pesky fly. Everything in the universe. Ooh, I need to fix this dust jacket. Everything in the universe is magnetic, and everything has a magnetic frequency. Your feelings and thoughts have magnetic frequencies too. Good feelings mean you're on a positive frequency of love. Bad feelings mean you're on a negative frequency. Whatever you feel, whether good or bad, determines your frequency, and like a magnet, you attract the people, events, and circumstances that are on the same frequency. If you are feeling enthusiastic, your frequency of enthusiasm will attract enthusiastic people, situations, and events. If you are feeling fearful, your frequency of fear will attract fearful people, situations, and events to you. You are never left in any doubt about the frequency you're on because your frequency is always exactly whatever you're feeling. You can change your frequency at any time by changing how you feel, and everything around you will change because you're on a new frequency. Well, that's interesting, but it kind of goes along with the rest of it. You can take any situation in your life, and every possible outcome of that situation can happen. Any outcome can happen because you can have any feeling about the situation. A relationship can be on a happy, joyful, exciting, satisfying, and every good feeling frequency. A relationship can also be a boring, frustrating, worrisome, resentful, depressing, and every bad feeling frequency. Any outcome of that relationship can happen. And the way you feel determines exactly what will happen in that relationship. Whatever you're feeling, whatever feeling you are giving about the relationship is exactly what you will receive back in the relationship. If you're feeling joyful about the relationship, most of the time you're giving love, and you must receive love and joy back through that relationship because that's the frequency you're on. The quote is, "A change of feeling is a change of destiny," and that's by Neville Goddard, a New Thought author. Says, look at the list of feeling frequencies, and you'll see that no matter what the subject in your life, there are many different feeling frequencies, and you determine the outcome of each subject through how you feel about it. You can feel excited, happy, joyful, hopeful, worried, fearful, or depressed about money. You can feel ecstatic, passionate, blissful, discouraged, or anxious about your health. Different frequencies is love, gratitude, joy, passion, excitement, enthusiasm, hope, satisfaction, boredom, irritation, disappointment, worry, criticism, anger, hate, envy, guilt, despair, and fear. Those are the feeling frequencies. These are all different feeling frequencies, and whatever feeling frequency you're on is what you will receive. Oh, the pesky fly. You may want to travel, but you feel disappointment that you don't have the money to travel. Then, on the subject of travel, you're feeling disappointment. Feeling disappointment means you're on the disappointment frequency, and you will continue to receive disappointing circumstances in which you cannot travel until you change the way you feel. The force of love will move every circumstance for your travel, but you have to be on one of the good feeling frequencies to receive it. When you change the way you feel about a situation, you are giving a different feeling. You're on a different feeling frequency, and the situation must change to mirror your new frequency. If something negative has happened in your life, you can change it. It is never too late because you can always change the way you feel about it. To receive what you would love, to change anything into what you would love, no matter what the subject, all it takes is changing the way you feel about it. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. That's by Nikola Tesla, inventor of the radio and alternating current. It suggests take your feelings off autopilot. Many people don't know about the power of good feelings, and so their feelings are reactions or responses to what happens to them. They have put their feelings on automatic pilot instead of deliberately taking charge of them. When something good happens, they feel good. When something bad happens, they feel bad. They don't realize that their feelings are the cause of what is happening to them. As they react with negative feelings to something that has happened, they give out more negative feelings and they receive back more negative circumstances. They become trapped in a cycle by their own feelings. Their life goes round and round in circles, not getting anywhere, like a hamster on a wheel, because they don't realize that to change their life, they must change their frequency. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. By Epictetus, a Greek philosopher. I'm not sure I said that right, but if you don't have enough money, naturally you don't feel good about money. But the money in your life never change why you don't feel good about it. If you give out negative feelings about money, you're on a negative frequency about money, and you will receive back negative circumstances, such as big bills or things breaking down. And I find that kind of true, which are all circumstances that drain you of money. When you react with negative feelings to a big bill, you give out more negative feelings about money, which bring even more negative circumstances to you that drain you of more money. Every single second is an opportunity to change your life, because in any moment you can change the way you feel. It doesn't matter what you have felt before. It doesn't matter what mistakes you think you may have made. When you change the way you feel, you are on a different frequency, and the law of attraction responds instantaneously. When you change the way you feel, the past has gone. When you change the way you feel, your life changes. Do not waste one moment in regret to think feelingly of the mistakes of the past is to reinfect yourself. Neville Goddard. So, what do you think about that? Leave a comment. If you're watching this after the fact, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Do you think it's BS? Do you think it's something that's possible? What do you think? Now let's see if I should read another section. Okay, next section says, no excuses for the force of love. If your life is not filled with everything you love, it doesn't mean you're not a good or loving person. The life purpose for each of us is to overcome negativity by choosing love. The problem is that most people love and then stop loving hundreds of times in a day. You don't give love long enough for the force of love to move all the good things into your life. Think about it. One moment you give love through a warm hug with a loved one, and then you stop giving love within minutes when you get annoyed because you can't find your keys, or you're delayed in traffic, or you can't find a parking space. You give love when you laugh with a work colleague, and then stop when you get disappointed because the local lunch place has run out of whatever you want. You give love to look forward to the weekend, and then you stop when you receive your bills. And so it continues all through the day. You give love and you stop giving love. Give love, stop giving love. Give love and stop giving love from one moment to the next. You are either giving love and harnessing the force of love, or you're not. You can't harness the force of love with an excuse about why you didn't love. Excuses and justifying why you didn't love just add more negativity to your life. When you give an excuse as to why you didn't love, you're feeling the same negativity again, and so you're giving out more of it. Holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one getting burned. Gautama Buddha. If you get annoyed because there was a mix-up in an appointment and you blame the other person for the mix-up, you're using blame as your excuse not to give love. But the law of attraction only receives what you are giving. So if you're giving blame, you must receive circumstances of blame back into your life. It won't necessarily come back to you from the person you are blaming, but most assuredly you will receive a circumstance of blame. There are no excuses for the force of love. You get what you give. Period. Trying to find one that stops. Well, I'll finish there and just talk. So this is kind of what I've been focusing on lately. Is not looking at things negatively, but finding the positive and focusing on that positive aspect of whatever's going on. And if you look hard enough, you can always find that positivity. You just have to look, And when you do that and you find the positivity, you actually feel better. And, I feel better. And that makes me happy because I feel better. I don't feel so heavy and weighed down by the negative aspects of what's going on. But it's definitely not easy. And that's okay because you just work on it. You just keep working on it. Yeah. So a lot of people don't believe that. And that's just the way it is. Some people are not going to believe in that. I know that when I was married, just before I got divorced, my husband lost his job, and I kept bringing out the positive aspects of the situation. You'll find another job. We haven't gone without. Things usually work out, and the things that we need are always met. We didn't go without what we needed. We may not have had everything that we wanted, but we did get what we needed. And my positivity made him angry, and he felt like I was, what was I doing? Making fun of him. He felt like I was making fun of him. And I was just trying to be encouraging, which made it really hard. You know, one of the reasons he gave me for leaving, for moving out, was that I was, criticizing him. I was making him feel bad. Although, you're not responsible for how other people feel. You can't make other people feel the way they're feeling. They have to take responsibility for what they're feeling. You are not in control of other people. You are not responsible for other people and how they act. You are responsible for yourself and how you react and how you feel. And as I said, it's not always easy. Things happen and it's just really sad, and you feel sad or you feel guilty for things that are going on in your life. Remorse, regret. I know that I struggle with that. I feel remorse and regret for things that happened during my marriage. I feel regret and guilt from, the things that my children had to go through because I made a bad choice and I was afraid to leave the relationship because I was afraid I couldn't do it by myself, that I couldn't survive, trying to be a single parent of 3 children of varying ages. I didn't believe in myself. And that's something that I'm working on now, is believing in myself and loving myself. My father used to tell me that until you love yourself, no one can fully, truly love you. And I believe that now. You know, if you're constantly criticizing yourself and living with negative thought about yourself, tearing yourself down, you're not going to feel good. You're not going to feel good about yourself. You're not going to be happy because you feel so negative about yourself. You know, so for me, I find the things that I do like about myself, and I focus on those things, and I remind myself of those things, even if it's so much as saying, oh, you have pretty eyes, you know, you have a nice smile, people love your hair, whatever. You know, I try to focus on the positive aspects of my life, you know. And it's hard when you live with somebody who focuses on the negative and who's obsessed with the negative, and that'll bring you down. You know, it's very easy to be brought down by someone like that. You know, you can only hope that your positivity um, rubs off on the other person, and they learn to, you know, find the positive, find the good in what's going on in your life. It can be done. You can do it. If you look hard enough, you can always find the good in a situation, you know, no matter how bad the situation is. You know, for example, my mother died a year ago, and it was very upsetting. But I was able to, hey Jarvis, how you doing, hon? How's your day going? And welcome to the stream. I'm doing really good, thank you. Thank you. As I was saying, you know, when my mother died, chilling, watching me. Thank you. I appreciate that. You know, so when my mother died, it was upsetting, but I was able to think about it and, you know, be happy that she no longer had to suffer in pain all day. Thank you, sweetheart. She no longer had to suffer, you know, with the pain that she felt every day, in a, you know, excruciating pain that the doctors didn't pay attention to. Yeah, exactly, Jarvis. You know, stay positive no matter what. Find the positive in every situation, and you'll feel good about that situation. You know, do I miss my mom? Yeah, I miss my mom. There are times when I would love to talk to my mom. You know, I want to call her up and say, you know, talk to her about things that are going on in my life, and, you know, but I can't do that anymore. And that's okay, because she's better. You know, she's not having that pain and discomfort and misery that she was feeling. Exactly. Exactly, Jarvis. You know, so, you know, I haven't really found anybody else to talk to when I have those moments. You know, my son's not really good about that. You know, he's kind of self-centered. Yeah, it's friends, you know, and I've made friends with people on here that I can talk to when I'm having a hard day, when my day is bad, or I'm having trouble finding that positivity. I have friends on here now that I could talk to. What? Okay. Right? And that's important. That makes things a little bit easier when you have someone to talk to and you're not holding all that negativity in, all those sad feelings or discouragement. No stress, yeah. What does it serve to be stressed out about things? It doesn't necessarily change it. It just puts strain on your body and your heart and your mind. And what's the matter? I think he lost something. Exactly. Nothing changes. Nothing's going to change other than the factor that you keep thinking about it, you dwell on it, and you become more stressed, and you think because you're more stressed, you think more about it, and yeah. And that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to stay. Abhishek? Sahi? That close? Yeah, stay away from people who are like that, who's discouraging and negative. And that can be hard. That can be really hard because, like my best friend, yeah, I said it close. That's awesome. So, do you like Abhishek? Abhishek? Sheik? It's not Sheik. Abhishek. Oh, my best friend. Yeah, I am a chronic pain sufferer, and that can be very trying. It makes it hard to not focus on the factor that you're in this pain all the time. And it makes it difficult. It makes it difficult to be happy, because sometimes you sit there and you focus on, all the things that you can no longer do, or all the things that you find difficult to do. And it can get really depressing. Depression is something that chronic pain patients have to really struggle with not getting to that point, not focusing on all the things that you can't do, trying to focus on the things that you can still do and the things that still make you happy that you can do. But he has an addiction. He has a strong addiction to pain medication, and he's a very negative person. And sometimes it's really hard for me to talk to him, but because of the person that I am, and I want to be helpful to other people and be there for other people and be there for my friends especially, I talk to him a couple times a day, and so I have to, like, I guess you could say, cleanse my thinking after talking to him for a while. It's all there. Wow, Jarvis, 10,000? That is, or wow, you're close to 11,000. Congratulations, way to go. That is the bomb. That's great. I've dropped down. YouTube took away like 15 people. So I'm back down to 850. But that's okay. You know, that's okay. I just look at it as they took away people who weren't they weren't being active on my channel. You know, that's the way I look at it. And, you know, if they're not being active, it's no loss. You know, I need people to be active. Jarvis, give me a thumbs up, sweetheart. It really helps. And it makes me happy. Makes me smile every time I see a thumbs up. Then the thumbs up number go up. You know, but that's great. You know, what do you... Meeting people? Yeah, see, I have a hard time with that. You know, I do have trust issues that I have to work out. I don't, because of things that have happened in my past, I don't have a whole lot of trust towards other people. You know, and I get really anxious in social situations, especially if there's more than 2 or 3 people. I become very, very anxious. And that's why it's easier for me to talk to people online. You know, I can talk to many people at the same time online, but I don't have to do it face to face. You know. Yeah. Yeah. Like my son said. You know. So how are you growing so well? What are you doing that you're growing so well? I'm very impressed. I'm impressed with your growth. That's awesome. Super cool. Facebook and Instagram? Yeah. I'm not very good at Instagram. I keep trying, but I'm not really good about being able to post for some reason. You know, I try to do posts on Instagram, but I'm not really good at it yet. So I just keep trying. Keep trying, keep trying. And when I do a live, then I usually post it on my timeline that I'm live and invite people to come. Oh yeah, yeah. I just look at it that I'm still working on it. You know, I'm working on my channel and I'm working to build it to be what I want it to be. Yeah, 2020 is coming. Well, 2020 is going to be my year to get 4,000. That is going to be my focus, is getting my 4,000 hours. You know, I didn't do really good. Didn't do really good this year, but that's okay. There's always next year. And, you know, like I said, I've got 850 people. I only need 100. Sorry, that silly fly keeps. You're so sweet. You know, I need 150 more people to reach, you know, or more. We'll say 200 more people to be, you know, secure with my 1,000, 1K. And I'm slowly gathering stuff. together so that I can have a 1K giveaway. Although I need to focus, I need to figure out, because I do have a lot of males that come in and talk to me and stuff. I need to make more content for sure, for sure. Yeah. I need to make, oh, I do. I do. But I need to build, I need to build up my Facebook again. Um, or switch back to my old Facebook, which is an option. I can always switch back to my old Facebook because there's a lot more people on there. I have the Facebook that I'm using now for um, more for people that I know and those who I'm close to, my family and my friends, people that I know or have become close to. But like I said, I think maybe I should switch back to the old one where I had many, many friends, and it's a good way to learn, to meet new people, you know. Yep, 100, B100. Part of it is I can't remember my sign in from my other Facebook. I think I remember the email that I used, but I'm not real positive about my password. So I'm going to have to go through and go through the whole of changing my password. Unfortunately, my phone is not working and I don't have the $135 to get it fixed. The only thing I can do on my phone is answer it. That's about it. I can't go to any of my apps or. You're getting a new apartment? Awesome. When are you going to do that? Is it bigger? Oh, sorry. Cool. That is so awesome. Yeah, my son and I were talking earlier about changing things around in my bedroom so that I have, I can have a place that's comfortable for me, and then getting rid of some of the stuff in my living room so that I can make a specific um, area in my living room for filming. You're gonna have so like a housewarming. You're gonna have like a housewarming. That's cool. Too bad I don't live closer. I could come to your housewarming. I think that'd be fun. Yeah, that's awesome. And that would be awesome. There's several people I'd love to meet in person. People that I've talked to frequently, and you know, I think that would be fun. Oh, my arm is going to sleep. That's not good. Oh, excuse me. So, are you getting, is your apartment in the same area as where you're at, or is it in a different area? Oh, Houston or Galveston. Yeah, I'd love to go. That's something I want to do is I want to go visit Texas. It's been years and years and years since I've been there. And so, oh, it's a different area. That's cool. And get established in a new area with new people. That's something I want to do. You know, I really want to move from where I live and go somewhere else. Meet some new people and get away from apartment drama for sure. I'd really like to get a house where your neighbors aren't on the other side of the wall. Come to Houston. I've never been to Houston. I think that would be fun. Other than the weather. It gets hot in Texas. I'm sorry. It's fun. Yeah. Yeah. I used to live when I was young. I used to live in Lubbock and Amarillo area. Or we started out when we moved to Texas. I lived in Amarillo, and then we moved to Lubbock, Texas, and then we moved to a couple of other smaller towns, and we moved back to Lubbock, and then we moved to Odessa, and that's where we lived until we went back to Michigan. Yeah. So it's kind of cool, that show Friday Night Lights. It's based there in Odessa, Texas, and it's kind of cool because some of the stuff that was there when I was young is still there. I was 12 when we moved from Texas back to Michigan, and it's kind of cool to have seen things that were there before and the new stuff. I get to see the renovations and growth. Um, Honestly, my bills aren't that bad. Like electric, and I live in the cheapest apartments in the area. Although, like every 6 months, they raise the rent so that they can. Sorry, my hand is asleep. They raise the rent about every 6 months because they're trying to get up to a more average. $600 for what? For how big of a place? For an apartment, but how many bedrooms? 2 bedrooms? $600 for 2 bedrooms isn't bad. What are we paying right now? It's like 820. It's 8 something for a 2 bedroom where I'm at. And like I said, that's the cheapest in the area. Although I do have Section 8, I have housing assistance, so that makes my rent cheaper. But I mean, on average, a 2 bedroom apartment is running about $1,200. Yeah. Are you in Texas now? Oh, Yeah, there's a lot of people who live in Texas that I'm friends with on YouTube, that I follow on YouTube. You know, I wouldn't mind moving to Houston or Austin, Fort Worth, somewhere like that. I don't know. My son wants to move away, so, you know, we just have to get enough income in. He's got to find a good enough job that we can save up to move and get the heck out of here. You know, because it's the cheapest place, and I'm physically disabled due to, you will, that's it. Think positive. Power of positive thinking. You know, but I'm working on trying to get Social Security or supplemental security so that I have some kind of income coming in. And then he's currently looking for a new job because he just resigned from his other job. Change my position. Ah. Arm keeps going to sleep. I should have put a necklace on today. Got a lot of skin showing. That's sweet of you to say you'd help. Need something to decorate this space right here. Break up the lightness. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, that stupid fly. Go away. Oh. Go ahead, fly. Land. I dare you. I'm going to squish you. Tired of you bugging me. There. Maybe it'll stay away. So I don't think I hit it. Yeah. If I was to move like to another state, I would pretty much get rid of everything that I have but a couple of items. I have a couple of items with some sentimental value, more than value. Yeah, life is good sometimes. I'm trying to make life good all the time. But I only have a few things that I care enough about to take with me. So I would just need a small trailer to take the basic stuff with me and get the heck out of Dodge. I'm tired of living in Oregon where it rains all the time. Me, I don't know. My choice is rain or snow. I don't like either. But if I have to have a choice between rain and snow, I think I would go with rain. I just wish it wasn't 9 months out of the year. I love McDonald's iced tea. I don't know why. Sweets. Ultimately, I wish I had the money to travel. You know, my son and I have talked about, just getting rid of everything and packing up the necessary, putting the stuff that we absolutely want to keep into a small storage and just drive all over the country. Come back to Oregon every 3 months and go see my doctor and then go off and visit. Go visit the 48 states that are connected. Yeah, I liked living in Texas. Like I said, other than the heat, I liked living in Texas. I liked being a Texan. And I know it wouldn't take me long to pick up that Texas drawl again. Yeah, Texas people are very good. They're very nice and welcoming, very considerate. Looks like we got a lurker. They need to be polite and give me a thumbs up. Just because they're listening. Thumbs up it. Thumbs it up. Thumbs it up. Smash that button. What is that little red bug? Four thumbs up. Yeah, that's what I need. It says there's three people here. One of them is me, I know, because I always watch my own lives. And I already gave myself one thumbs up, but you gave me one. Radio Relax should have gave me one, but he didn't. I should have four by now. My phone is making noise in my purse. Ah, face. I have that song in my head. Venom from the movie Venom. Have you ever seen it? Venom? Not the one with Spider-Man, but the other one about the space alien. That was a really good movie. I really enjoyed it. And there's several parts that make me laugh, and I have to repeat them. Nothing. I've already ran all my errands and stuff for the day, and I'll probably just like clean my apartment up a little bit, maybe cook some dinner. Nothing too strenuous. I gotta get things straightened up and cleaned up so my manager can come in and figure out what's wrong with my, what you call it. Yeah, it's 5 o'clock already. But I don't normally eat till late. So I don't know what I'm going to make. Maybe barbecued ribs again. I know that's one thing Texas has is Texas has some bomb barbecue. Yep. I don't eat red meat that often, but Texas has some great beef. Beef. What's for dinner? I know. Well, now it's telling me I only have one. Just you. My lurker went away, I guess. Got tired of listening instead of commenting. It's not hard to get into the conversation. Just tell us what you're thinking. Yes, you are a good person. You like watching me? Why? Oh, I'm good. At least you don't call me evil. I have one. I have one person who comes into my life, and he's a sweetheart, but he calls me evil. He says I'm evil. Like, okay. I'm like the least evil person that I know. Ask him why. Ask him why he thinks I'm evil, and he just says I am. It's like, okay, if you think I'm evil, okay. Whatever. Whatever makes you happy. Ugh. As soon as I get enough money on my channel or in my PayPal, I'm buying a new ring light or a ring light because this light I'm using is killer on my eyes. I'm really light sensitive, and it's just like daggers. Are you comfy, kitty? Hmm? You're all sprawled out. You're all stretched out. You loving it, huh? Your scratchies feel good. Oh, my neighbor's having trouble getting her daughter in. Oh, looks like it's just me and you now, Jarvis. Just me and you. Make two. Haven't even talked about what my thing is. You know, I was asking about police harassment. You know, that's the thing that's, you know, is my son got arrested like 2 weeks ago, and I think it's all BS. The whole thing is BS.
You make people do
What?
I didn't do people that go things. Like, I don't know. I just bullshit my way around people that do that makes sense. And I don't know if any of that shit's true. But it sounded huge.
Goofy.
Well, it's just stupid. Like, when isn't that bad?
It's taken in the right dosage.
Well,
It's gonna be fun,
it's like the stigma
right?
behind it. Everyone thinks it's a date rape joke. But I'm like, there's a lot more. Like, the sad thing is that Ruflin's expensive.
Roofies are expensive?
Yeah, like, Ruflin is not cheap. It's expensive. So you get, like, the only one that's gonna buy Ruflin is a serial killer. Because he really needs
the thing.
You know?
Uh-huh.
Like, he really needs you to be like, ah. And he's probably gonna buy a high dosage. Each time it's gonna be a high dosage.
Hey, Red, how you doing, sweetheart?
It's like,
happy to see you.
Sure,
Uh-huh.
more than likely.
So do you consider roofies like a right?
You're gonna get fucking.
Do you consider Rooflin kind of like a I don't want to say a rich man's drug because it's expensive, but
well, it's not. Well, it's just okay. Take it this. I can probably get a point of Molly on the cheap. Good shit. And I could probably get like 10 tab for less than 100. Right?
Thank you.
If I'm gonna tab the Ruflin, it's like nothing. It's like I'm paying $1 per milligram all the time, and that's the cheap. If I pay $1 per milligram, it's the cheap. Most of the time, you're gonna pay for a 10 milligram cap. You're probably gonna pay like $12. But then those caps can be broken in half. And half cap fuck your ass up. You know what I mean? So, huh? I know. Have I already fucked it up?
No, I just had someone new come in that I haven't talked to in a while, and I don't want to be rude. Oh, because you cussed? Yeah. I can switch it to 18 and over. Oh, no.
Yeah. Talk.
I was talking about your arrest.
Oh.
And how much.
It's because I'm black, Nikki.
This is the one who got arrested. What I was saying is, my son got arrested about 2 weeks ago.
In a white neighborhood.
A little bit. And what happened was, he was in the park playing Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go.
And there's this one cop who has pulled him over on many occasions. Frisked him, had him on the hood of his car, stopped him because he met a description.
I think it's because he never.
But this night, there were 3 people in the park. Apparently, you're not supposed to be in the park after dusk, which is messed up because on several occasions, he's had police stop and talk to him while he was in the park playing Pokemon. And that's one of the things they would ask him. Hey, Michael, what you up to? You being Have? You playing Pokemon? You got anything good? And then they'd leave. So he didn't think anything of the factor that you're not supposed to be in the park. So that's one, is that he's had at least 4 or 5. Well, it says dawn to dusk.
Who does it?
Michael. And so because he's been talked to by 4 or 5 different cops, of course he's not thinking that there's anything wrong with him walking through the park, to play Pokemon. Well, on this night,
it's a big park, though, a really big park, and yeah, it's like a lot of uphill, downhill. Like the whole park is on a slant, and so it's. But I know that if any of you guys were
Hi,
here
Mary
the
Beth.
last
How are
time
you
when I
doing,
was talking
sweetheart?
about stuff,
Yeah. It's got a big track. It's like got a half-mile track and a quarter-mile track.
but the thing is that this is Oregon, and so really there is no dawn to dusk most of the year because it could be pretty much cloudy and dark all day long. So how are you actually supposed to know when dawn or dusk is except for the summer? And this cop had pulled me over several times, had frisked me for things that weren't really pliable. Like it was like there was because we have this thing called Yamco Watch, and the Yamco Watch pretty much will tell you if anything is going
that comes
on.
across a scanner.
Yeah, anything that's going on in your neighborhood or around you, it will tell you. So immediately after I was pulled over, he pulled me over and he said I matched the description. And then, frisked me, asked me my name, pulled me my ID, da da da. We go on and on, right? Lights, everything, right? And after that, I of course got on my phone because I was like, dude, this guy had his lights on. I know police protocols. I know that like he was frisking me, so it must be serious. So I got a Yamco watch and I look it up, and there's nothing on there. So I'm
About
like,
the
well,
situation.
okay, if I match the description, he had to have had a crime
Right?
nearby or
Yeah,
somewhere.
but that's not the worst part.
And then I'm just like, okay. So we live in a small town. There's a main strip, and
both.
that's pretty much,
He got both.
So I went
for being in the park playing Pokemon Go.
I went, for a walk. I saw the cop where he was going. I pretty much was going that direction, and I started walking. And I get to where he's at, and he's actually parked in front of the women's center, and there's a bar right across the street, and he's just chilling there. And he's just watching the bar,
I'm talking about
And
the night you got
so
arrested.
I was kind of like, what is going on here? Like you just said, I matched the description. There's nothing on Yamco Watch. I'm curious. So I was already walking, so I kept just kind of walking in a circle.
Here, listen to him. I have to potty.
I just kind of started walking in a circle, and then I'm like, I'm just gonna go to the bar and have a drink. So I went to the bar, I had a drink, and I come back out like I've had my drink. It's probably like 30-45 minutes, and I come out, and he's still just sitting across the street, just watching the bar. So I'm like, okay, if you're looking for somebody, you stop me. You said I matched the description, and you've been across the bar for probably 45 minutes to an hour and a half, just sitting there watching, just like doing things on your computer. If you were looking for somebody, this doesn't really look like you're looking for anybody. It just looks like you just pulled me over and said I matched the description, which is BS because there's nothing on Yamco Watch. Like, you're not doing anything, you're not looking for anybody. And you didn't arrest me or give me a ticket, so obviously I wasn't the person you were looking for. It's kind of, I don't know. So there was that situation. He pulled me over for jaywalking, which I'm like it. in the town we live in, or in Oregon, there is no actual jaywalking law. We have a pedestrian has a right of way law, which means that I can, as long as I'm using a crosswalk, I can walk across the crosswalk even without it being my turn, as long as I don't obstruct traffic.
Yeah.
Or like anything that would be caused as reckless. Like if I did something that caused a car accident, or could be, looked at as reckless, I could get in trouble for that, for reckless endangerment charges. But there's no jaywalking, so it's the middle of the night because I get off late at night. It's the middle of the night. It's like, 12, 1 in the morning. I'm walking back from the store, the only store that's open, and I was playing Pokemon like I do all the time. And I cross in the crosswalk. All of a sudden, boom, red and blue lights come on. He pulls me over. He's like, got the flashlight in my eyes. And the thing is that the last time I had gotten pulled over, I had asked him not to put the flashlight in my eyes because honestly, it hurts my eyes. I was sensitive by this whole spiel. I had just asked him not to, and he was like, "Nah, I'm good." So he got out. He puts a flashlight in my eyes. He tells me to get on the hood. He's like frisking me. I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, you were jaywalking, blah blah blah." And I was like, "Are you for real?" So I was just like, "You know what? I'm out of here." He was like, "You can't walk away from me." And I was like, "You, what are you even pulling me over for? Like, what are you doing right now? Like, I am just playing Pokemon, walking home. I didn't do anything wrong, and here it is again. You're frisking me for no reason, right?" So then I go home. That's the end of that. And then there's a third time where he pulls me over and he's like, "Look," he's like, "I just want to get to know you. So could I have your ID?" And I'm like, that doesn't. Why don't you just ask me my name? You've already pulled my ID. So this time he takes my ID, right? I give it to him, and he's like writing down like all my information, everything about me that's on my ID. Like I watch him like take down my ID number, my name, my date of birth, how much I weigh, all of that stuff. And I'm like, "Oh, well, that's weird." I put it back in my wallet, right? And then he's like, "Hey," he's like, "You think," he was like, "You look a little disoriented. You think I could just like, just like pat you down real quick, just to see?" And I was like, "You know what? Seriously, fine."
Right? Exactly, Red.
Whatever, right? So he's just like, he pats me down. Like,
Wait till you hear the final arrest. The final time he's arrested.
He pats me
Or the
down.
last
He's
time.
just, like, he doesn't find anything. He tracks me all the way down to my ankles. I'm like, whatever. And you just like, "What's up?" And he was like, "All right." He was like, "So what's your name?" And I was like, "My name is Michael." Like, why don't you just look at your notebook? Obviously, because you didn't want to get to know me. You just want to see what was going on with me. Again, it's weird. So, like, the final time, I guess what my mom was talking about, I'm walking to the store. I get to 8 p.m. I was playing Pokemon the whole way there, right? It's probably 11 o'clock. I kick it over, or no, it was like 9:30.
That's like 10:30 when you went to the store.
Was it?
Yeah, it was about 10:30.
No.
Or so, because the ticket says 10:55.
Yeah. So it's around that time, right? So it's like 10, 11 o'clock, somewhere around there. I go to the store, I'm kicking it with my friend there. I had kind of like a party, so I really didn't buy beer. I just bought cigarettes, and I was like, "Hey, we kick it for like probably 45 minutes. I'm like, "Hey, dog, there's an event going on over at the park. I'm gonna take off. I'll probably see you later. I'm gonna go, play Pokemon. He's like, all right, I'll see you later. I was like, all right. So I'm walking up there. I get to the gym where the event's at, and I deal with that. I'm not in the park yet. I deal with that. So I'm like, all right, that's cool. I get
Heading to the park.
some stuff, and then I decide I see on my map that there's like there's something going on up on the top of the hill. So I'm like, all right. So I shoot through the baseball court or the baseball diamond. I'm walking across to the benches to catch those pokey stops. I see two people sitting at a bench, and as I'm walking through, I talk to them. I sit down for a second, and I'm right there so I could hit the pokey stop. And I'm like, hey, I'm gonna walk up the hill. I'm gonna get this. They're like, oh, we already got it. I'm like, oh, yeah, I gotta go get it real quick. I'll be right back. And then I want you guys to be my Poke friends because I need more Poke friends because we could send gifts and I'll get more stuff. And I'm like, this game's fun. So they're like, all right, I start walking. I go up, I hit the other Pokestop. I was just walking and walking. I hit the other Pokestop. I get to the top of the hill where I wanted to get to. I hit that Pokestop. I fight, and huh?
I'm telling you notice the lights on. Pop lights
What are you
on.
talking about?
Because isn't it about that time you saw the lights and thought he had pulled somebody over because it was half a mile away?
No.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Not really.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I mean, well, I guess technically. Okay, so I guess technically, yeah. There was a point where I had hit a Pokestop and I had realized that there was a cop pulling someone over. But like during that time, he was way over on the other side of the park. It looked like somebody was getting pulled over, right? And that was like yeah, like I was by the benches, so I had gotten that one, so and then the other one, and that's when I kind of noticed. So I went to the last one up the hill, and I spin that one, and then I turn around because I'm coming back down to meet the people that are at the benches, so I could ask them to be my Poke friends, right? And I realized like it was probably like 10 feet from where the benches were. There's a guy on the path walking up with a flashlight, and he's yelling at me. And I was like, what the heck? So I kind of like really realized, okay, police lights, dude with a flashlight, he's yelling at me. I'm thinking, like, dude, he pulled someone over, they just took off running, and he's yelling at me because I'm in danger. I don't know who the heck he was after, So I'm tripping out. So I look left, I look right, I don't see no one. It gets worse. And then I'm like, what? I yelled to him, like, what? And he's like, get on the ground. So, like, I'm like, what? Okay, whatever. He thinks I'm this guy. He thinks I'm this guy that's running from him. He's going to come up to me. He's going to realize it's me. He's going to be like, bro, what the fuck are you doing in the park? Dude, there's a murderer out here. Dude, Michael, what are you doing? I'm gonna be like, I was playing Pokemon. He's gonna be like, dude, did you see anyone? Oh, I'm after him in pursuit. I'm like, dude, sorry, I didn't. I was concentrating on Pokemon. I had headphones and I didn't, And then, he started yelling, like he was yelling, like, oh, da da da. And he comes up to me, and I was like, whatever. But then I looked over, and there was like 5 cops all racing up the hill, just locking up their brakes, jumping out flashlights.
Yeah, that's what
like. And I dropped my phone on my headphones, and I was like, oh shit, like for real. Okay. I was like, dude, all this because I was playing Pokemon. I was like, fool, I am not the person that you're after. Like, what's going on? Like, dude, I was just playing Pokemon, guys. Like, for real, I'm okay. Like, you got me, And then he comes up, he puts me on the ground, he puts me in the wet grass, lays me flat out, puts handcuffs on me, picks me up, reads me my rights.
5 cop
He's like
cars for
talking
playing
about
Pokemon.
he's talking about like, oh, you know, like he reads me my rights, and then he's like, well, what are you doing? Just you did it. And I was like, I was playing Pokemon, and then he started asking me weird questions. So I was like, I know what's what, like. So I just stopped talking after that. I was like, dude. So then they got me up. They put me in the back of a cop car. And I sat there for 45 minutes. When he arrested me, he was hecka rough. He broke my watch, like my band that holds this part of my watch, and messed up my wrist. He didn't double lock the handcuffs. They never told me why I was arrested. They didn't pull my ID. Yeah, it was just like, bro. And then even after that, that wasn't even good enough for the guy. He wrote me a $7,500 citation for trespassing and interfering with an officer. And then after that, that wasn't even good enough for him. He had to drop me off at my house in handcuffs to make a fool out of me, dude. Like,
Yes, he said he did read him his rights. He did read him his rights. But he never pulled his ID. He wrote the ticket out from memory. He got his birth year wrong. Out of his notebook. Yeah. Which is illegal. They have to pull your ID. They keeping him in the car for 45 minutes without telling him why he was being arrested is ridiculous. 5 cop cars for one person playing Pokemon in the park. I mean, seriously? He was not in pursuit of anybody. Even though that's what my son was expecting, is for him to say that he was in pursuit of somebody else, and he just, wanted to get him out of the park. No. No, not yet. It says that, okay, eat it. He got a $2,000 fine. It's for trespassing too, which is the lowest trespassing.
Not the lowest, just second.
Yeah. Trespassing too, which is not criminal trespassing, which is $2,000 fine, and interfering with a police officer, which is a $5,000 fine. I know, right? He's okay. Yes, he was very traumatized by it. He's afraid to go walking. He has insomnia. He's like me. He has insomnia. No, he's supposed to go on the 30th. But he went down to make it worse. This happened on a Wednesday. The following Friday, we went down because he wanted to file harassment charges against his officer. Well, he talked to a sergeant, who basically told him, are you sure that this is what you want to do? Because a lot of people want to file charges like this because they're mad that they got arrested. And my son kept going, no, he's pulled me over on several occasions for no reason whatsoever. He's patted me down. He's put me on the hood of his car, and then now, because I'm playing Pokemon in the park, he puts me on the ground and handcuffs me, puts me in a car for 45 minutes, doesn't tell me why I'm arrested, doesn't pull my ID, You know, this is ridiculous. This cop keeps harassing me, keeps pulling me over for no reason. And it's, you know, and everybody else, every other cop knows me and knows I'm either walking to the store or I'm playing Pokemon.
Well, not every other cop, but like most.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he went down. I guess he went down.
But
I
tell
don't
him
know.
the rest. No, it gets better. So I try to
Yeah.
convince them, you know, I'm like, dude, he tries to convince me not to make a complaint, right? And then as that goes on, I'm like, no, he keeps asking me, like, well, what do you want me to do about it? And I'm like, I want you to file a complaint or at least make it so this cop can't pull me over. Like, he has to call people in or something. Like, I want a no contact order against this cop or, you know, some kind of restraining order or something. He's like, well, you can't do that. And I was like, well, why? And he was like, well, because you guys don't have a relationship. And I was like, well, if somebody was doing that to me, randomly pulling over and doing all that stuff to me, I could get a restraining order. And he kind of was like, well, yeah. And I was like, then it's because he's a cop that I can't do it and because you won't help me. And he's like, well, no, it's because of this and that. And it's just the different circumstances. And I was like, oh, well, because he's a cop. That's the only difference between a normal person doing that. So we get through it, and finally he's like, all right, I can't file a complaint until Monday. You got to come in and file it. Da, 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 da. And then before I leave, he's like, hey.
Oh, no. He told you that you couldn't file the harassment charge until you went to court.
Oh, yeah, huh?
Mhm.
Yeah, he told me that I couldn't file the harassment against the officer because we had to see how the court case worked out. And I was like, that don't make sense at all. So I got to
we
a
found out
state
that's not
trooper,
true.
and that wasn't true. Yeah, he told me it wasn't true. But so we're leaving. We're leaving. It's me and my mom, and I'm like, all right, thank you. I asked him for his card several times. He never gave it to me. He was like, oh, I'll see if I can find one, and then never brought me one. And then he goes back. He gets me the paperwork to fill out to file a complaint.
Yeah, that person lied.
And before I left, he was like, hey, Michael, he was like, before you leave, I just want to talk to you. He was like, you know, we've had our interactions and, sometimes you know, like right now you sound very coherent and like, but like sometimes you're like, who is that? And they're after me and they're watching me and they're gonna know and all this weird, behavior. And so I know that right now our interactions are real coherent, but like you gotta ask yourself, are you always like that? Or maybe like I don't know if you're drunk on those or whether you're high on drugs or whether you have mental illness or not, but like maybe you should think about that before you file this. Do I sound like to you have those type of problems? I'm not paranoid like that ever. I've never said that in my life. Fuck that. Why would I think helicopters are after me unless they're after me because I'm a 5-star nigga?
Yeah, see, I believe the same thing. It's racially motivated. This cop's harassment and behavior towards him is racially motivated. And the bad thing is recently, they just recently had a no, I agree. I agree. He was not professional in any way. He tried to convince Michael not to do it, and then he besmirched his character by saying, I don't know if you have a mental illness and you're mentally unstable, or if you're drunk or, stoned or high or something. My son is 31 years old. I have never, when he is fully intoxicated, I have never in all that time ever heard him say, "Oh, Mom, the cops are watching me," or, somebody's watching me, they're after me, never, never. And neither has anybody else ever heard him say something like that. So he wants to get an attorney. He's going to go to court and everything. He's going to wait to file charges against this officer until he goes to court. He went to the police station to get the police reports, but technically he needs one from every cop that was there that night, and I guess there was like 6 cops, and each report is $15, and he no longer has a job. So we're going to have to hold off on that. Hopefully he'll get it when he gets his last paycheck, if there's anything left over. But he's decided that he's going to file a report, or he's going to sue the city. Not the city. He's going to sue the police station because the sergeant wasn't professional in what he was doing, and then at the end to try and, slander his credibility, to me, from what you guys have said, you agree it's police harassment in the worst form. All because he was paying Pokemon in the park. Right? I don't know why they're charging $15. It seems ridiculous. That seems like a ridiculous amount to pay for a police report. I mean, I would understand if he was just some random person wanting to get that police report, but since he's the one who was arrested, I would think that he would get it free. But yeah, they want $15 per report, and there's 5 to 6 officers that he has to get. Seriously? But yeah, he wants to get an attorney. He wants to file a case against the police department, itself. But what I was saying was, recently there was a case against the police department by a black man who applied to the police department to be an officer, and they hired someone else who's less qualified, and he was heard to say, well, he has more qualifications, but I don't want no black person working here. And the guy ended up winning. He got like $375,000 or something for this suit. So, I mean, they already have a history of racial profiling or racial motivation. Michael's not after the money. I mean, he's not doing this for the money. But we sat there and thought about it, and there are no black policemen on our police force for our town. There are none, which is weird. Because like the town 12 miles away has them, but we do not. And apparently they're a bunch of racist a-holes. So I'm upset for him. Yeah, exactly. If you're low income, they make it really hard. I know when I was filing for custody for my youngest son, it was ridiculous what they wanted. They wanted like $150 just to file the paperwork. That wasn't court costs or anything. Oh, we're talking about the $15 per police report.
I know. What? That's just giving me for a loop. I'm like $15 a police report.
Right? It's very telling. So I'm just like, holy crap.
That's how they cover up their fucking crime. Nobody could pay that.
Yeah, that's what she said. It's to keep low income from getting justice.
Yeah.
You know, if you're low income, you lose out because you can't, you know, you may not be able to afford $15.